Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids. We're on the test server where Halloween has arrived in Raid. As you can see, we've got cool spooky decorations. I think this is like an upgraded version from last year. I don't know. I actually didn't compare, but like this animation's pretty cool. Looks sick anyway, looks great. Fun. And we have 4 new champions. Now, that being said, one of them, of course, ooh, new void legendary. One of them is the fusion, Sanguin Maria. Here she is in game. This does look a bit bugged right now, where you can see her hair is like unblurring. There's some sort of weird clipping mask. It's unblurring the mirror. Bit strange. So there might be some bugs there. I don't know if the mirrors are supposed to be blurred out, but it is what it is. So she looks a bit weird with the mirrors. So hopefully that will be fixed by launch. Anyway, her base stats look good. Her speed's a little bit low. Um, she looks decent, nothing too exceptional, but fine. So there you go. That's her. And yeah, we'll see what her animation and stuff look like in combat in a bit. You know what? Let's go for the. I teased you there. I changed my mind halfway through. Let's go for what is likely the fusion epic, right? It's the only epic in the patch. So yeah, most likely it'd be collect 4 Thorn Golems by collecting champion fragments to then fuse 4 of these into her. I've looked at these champions already. I was going over them with YST, just thinking about how we might rate them on the website, first impressions, and then we go into testing, of course. But yeah, he looks pretty bad. I'll be honest with you guys. Let's take a look. A1, Vine Blades, attacks one enemy twice. Each hit 25 goes to 50% chance of placing Leech, so about a 75% chance overall. Bit better with Sniper Masteries. Decent A1, nothing special. Horrifying Visage, 4 goes to a 3-turn cooldown, attacks all enemies 2 times. First hit, 75 going to 100% chance of placing Fear for 1 turn. Second hit, 75 going to 100% chance of placing Decreased Accuracy for 2 turns. He is Void Affinity, so he'll be pretty consistent at placing these debuffs, right? He won't be weak hitting. So it's like an AoE, Fear, Decreased Accuracy. The double hitter's nice for Cruelty. So yeah, it's okay. It will help you a bit against Chimera. Pretty decent for Faction Wars, but yeah, it's fine. 1 with Corruption, his A3. 5 goes to a 3-turn cooldown. Increased defense on all allies. Counterattack, increased resistance on him. This gives him... He's actually not too bad for Fire Knight. So early game Fire Knight, like if you've just started the game, he's really not bad for that. Increased defense with the Faultless Defense Mastery, Blessing, to reflect damage back. And he's got counterattack with a double hitter. He'll be pretty good at knocking down normal Fire Knight shield. It's not too shabby. And he also be pretty okay for Hydra. He'll come in against Hydra, and with these buffs, especially the increased resistance, and he's got 45 base resistance, you'll be able to build him as a resistance tank for the Head of Mischief, right? 2 unique buffs. Give him a blood shield, and every time he counterattacks, we get a tiny little shield. He'll have lots of extra buffs. Head of Mischief targets him, and then he can resist Head of Mischief. Very easy at the base resist and increase resistance to build him with enough. So that's pretty okay, I think. Then Dark Sustenance, before he uses a skill to deal damage, heals him proportional to his defense. Now, his damage is based off of defense. Doesn't look like a damage dealer. You build him with some defense anyway. But yeah, he might have some solo potential, I will say. Like with the increased resist and counterattacking, if he triggers the heal off of every counterattack, okay, he might be. And give him Blood Shield and give him Emergency Heal, and he might have some solo potential for some bosses. I think this to me looks like a, if you're not able to do the fusion, it's, good enough to get a copy of this guy. I think if you're in a position to get the fusion, this guy's not really all that exciting. This seems like a very much an early game champion, like normal Fire Knight, maybe normal Hard Hydra, and yeah, maybe some very early Chimera. He'll help you with some trials, early Chimera stuff, maybe soloing some dungeons. Seems like if you're a few months into the game, you're probably able to do anything this guy would enable anyway, most likely. But we'll see. Maybe people will come up with some cool showcases. I'm pretty underwhelmed by him. He seems like an early game only champion to me. But let me know what you think. Do you see any cool possibilities for him? Maybe some solo stuff, and okay, Hydra Mischief Tank and some other stuff like that. Let's check out the Void Legendary, seeing as we've teased him. So one thing about him, first of all, he's like really small. Why is he so zoomed in? This, I don't know, it feels like I'm down here in my webcam. But yeah, if you zoom out, he looks okay. I don't know. So this guy, he's got a guillotine on a chain. So he's like swinging a guillotine blade around, which is kind of badass as a concept. It maybe looks a little stupid, but it's sort of like it straddles the line between cool and stupid. And again, he's got cloth over his face. You can sort of see a little bit of a cheeky smile in there. I don't know. He either looks kind of cool or he looks kind of stupid. He looks visually okay. I do like his knee pads. He's got some pretty fabulous knee pads, we have to say. He's okay looking. Let's check him out, though. He is defense, damage dealer, very high base defense, decent speed, crit damage. Looks like a damage dealer. He is a damage dealer. So, Links of Death is A1 is an AoE attack with a 50 going to 75% chance of decrease attack and weaken for 1 turn. Be good with counterattack and debuff extension. This is a pretty short duration, but it's certainly not bad, but perhaps unreliable. It's A2, Wretched Guillotine or Guillotine. 5 turn goes to a 3 turn cooldown. Attacks all enemies with a 75 going to 100% chance of provoke. Increased defense and a shield on all allies for 2 turns. Value of the shield proportional to this champion's defense. Very reminiscent of like Freya, Wixwell, Helicath, etc. Cool. But he brings an AoE provoke as well. So very good for wave content. This guy's going to be very good in Hydra as well. Like very good. You get your AoE provoke for Hydra, and you're getting probably a very strong shield for keeping your team alive. So pretty cool so far. Then we come to his A3. This is where his damage dealer potential comes in with the passives. 5 turn goes to a 3 turn cooldown. You stand accused. Attacks 1 enemy. Ignores life barrier, poison cloud, shield, and block damage, as well as 25% defense. So obviously life barrier, poison cloud are effectively Hydra only. You've got 1 champion, isn't it, that can place poison cloud so far? Assuming we get more in the future, but for right now, these are effectively Hydra only, really. Shield and block damage are pretty common, though. Yet another champion who can ignore block damage. It feels like every second champion at the moment ignores block damage. I don't know. It's going to be a big hit, though. Ignoring 25% defense is strong. If the target was killed by this skill, revives a random dead ally with half HP and turn meter. The revive ignores block revive debuffs, and it places a block revive debuff on targets killed by this skill. So really big nuke, ignores block damage, places block revive. If he kills somebody with this skill, he revives one of your team, and that will ignore block revive. Pretty cool. Block revive, fairly uncommon, but this is certainly useful. Then we come to his passives. Fallen Legend. Whenever this champion kills an enemy or decapitates a Hydra head, fills the turn meters of all allies by 25% and heals them by 25% max HP. This gives him huge potential for dungeons, faction wars, Cursed City, any of that sort of stuff, and obviously for Hydra as well. Because now, not only do you have a powerful shielder who can potentially be reviving people as well, but he'll also be giving you fairly consistent turn meter boosting and healing, presuming that his damage is good. Got 2 AoE attacks and a massive single target nuke. Good potential. Doesn't seem like he can revive in Hydra, which is a downside. He'll hit hard, but he has to kill a target with the skill. That decapitating Hydra heads, as you can probably tell by this wording, is different. It's not coded to be a champion kill and enemy kill. So I don't think he can revive if he decapitates a Hydra head, which actually might be kind of cool to add on to. I think that'd be cool. Can we make that happen, Raid? Could we let him revive if he decapitates a Hydra head? I think that'd be pretty cool, actually. And why not, right? I've got a Trunda team, I've got a Titus team. I only have 1 team to have fun with. You know, let this guy go crazy. Well, he will go a bit crazy with his final passive, which does several things and is very good. Master Wills It. Whenever an enemy is revived, instantly activates the You Stand Accused skill against that enemy, which is his A3 big single target nuke that blocks revive and revives someone on your team. This makes him insane for Arena. Whenever an enemy is revived, he nukes them, ignores block damage and shield, block revive on them, and revive someone on your team. That is a ridiculously good passive, like insanely good. If multiple enemies are revived, the initial target of the revive will be targeted by the skill. Will not put the skill on cooldown. So again, revivers are super common in the meta. This is like such a ridiculous... That part of the passive almost alone makes him probably like top tier for Arena, like crazy good. He has a 50% chance of activating the same skill whenever an ally is killed. Presumably, he will attack the enemy that kills them. So their nuker kills one of your champions. He has a 50-50 to smack them with this move. And if he kills them, guess what? He block revives, and he revives the ally, presumably, probably who just died most of the time, which is kind of cool. So that's crazy good. Once per turn only, but probably only will happen once per turn anyway. Maybe a bit more often, but yeah, cool. Also, instantly activates the You Stand Accused skill against a Hydra head whenever an ally is consumed. So very much like Crocad with Packmaster Shayak there. And if multiple champions on the team have this skill, only one will activate. So that's fine. So you don't run multiple of him for anyone who gets multiple copies of the new Void Legendary and wouldn't empower him to +2 or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, so really cool. He's got a 33% defense in all battles aura. Putting it all together, I actually think this champion has massive potential. It depends what his damage multipliers are like. He doesn't have any ignore defense on these moves, but he's got a really big shield. I guess part of the problem might be in Arena, he'll be vulnerable to buff removal because you're probably almost... I guess you could run him in 9-piece protection, but you're probably running him in like Stone Skin lethal, right? But yeah, this move is insane. And yeah, it's not... Live Arena, he seems super powerful. Siege, anywhere. Just massive block revive nuke that ignores some key stuff. He's going to start reviving people. Seems pretty powerful. Good defenses to keep you alive. Really, really, really good for faction wars and yeah, dungeon waves, any wave-based content. Again, big shielding. The AoE provoke as well. Don't forget that. Great for Hydra. He could be your provoke champion. Build him fast enough. He could probably solo provoke the Head of Decay as well. But yeah, provoking waves. He can take a hit. He's going to be pretty tanky with that defense and really good base HP as well. And yeah, whenever he kills anyone, he's healing your team, turn meter boosting. This guy seems incredible. Very, very strong. Hopefully his damage is good. If he has good damage, this guy's going to be amazing. If his damage is bad, I think then he really falls apart. If he's got bad damage, he's going to have some okay debuffs on his A1. He'll have a good protection move there for sure. But if the damage sucks and he can't actually kill people with this, he's going to be not very useful. Seems great for Hydra. Would be cool to let him revive against Hydra. Why the heck not? But yeah, seems like a pretty promising Void Legendary. Actually seems quite good. Again, my only issue with these Hydra specific champions is I have a Titus team. I have a Trundle team. That's only 6 slots left to put champions in. And I've got like... At the moment, I've got Mikage Ninja, Crocad, Packmaster, and sort of need some supports as well. It gets quite hard to fit champs in. Then we come to the final champion, though. Benalicia Thrallmother, who doesn't look super cool, but is actually incredibly strong. This champion looks sick. She does have a really cool weapon with really cool VFX on it, or SFX. I don't know. One of the two, probably, hopefully. So, yeah. Sick. Knight's Revenant. She looks like a Knight's Revenant. She looks like, yeah, she looks cool. Dominatrix. Very cool. If you're into that sort of thing, eh? So she is a reviver, guys. And here's the thing. With a reviver, with damage dealers, being void is better because you don't weak hit anyone. It's great. With a reviver, actually, it's often better not to be void because it gives you a big defensive benefit, in this case, against magic affinity champions. So, I mean, think about Galathir. Galathir can be a pain to deal with in Arena because of his force affinity. All your magic champions really struggle to actually kill the guy. She's not as tanky as he is, but she's good. Again, we got very good, very, very good base speed, great HP, decent defense, and a bit of resistant accuracy. Great base stats. A1, Torturous Bolts is a triple hitter, each hit with a 75% chance of placing Weaken. So again, very, very nice against Fire Knight and single target bosses. So good PvE potential with the Weaken. For A2, Purge the Impure. 5 goes to a 3-turn cooldown. AoE attack. Before attacking, removes all buffs from all enemies. So we'll still remove them even if she weak hits. And then a 75 going to 100% chance of placing block buffs and decreased defense on all enemies for 2 turns. So we had the demon guy with Chaos Awakes. I can't remember his name. The big fiery guy who doesn't have any moves that burn for whatever reason. He came in with block buffs, decreased defense. We had Granite. Granite Doorkeep came in, the last fusion. He had block buffs and decreased defense. It's not enough, folks. We've got a third champion in a row with block buffs and decreased defense. Does she have ignore block damage? Sadly not, but this is the next best thing. So yeah, another block buffs, decreased defense champ comes in. She is the best one. I'll tell you that right now. She's by far the best block buff and decreased defense champ in the game. Apart from, does the mythical, does Theodosia do it? I can't remember. She might. And she's better, but this chick's real good. Real good as well. So yeah, full buff removal from the enemy. Block buffs, decreased defense. She could weak hit against bad affinities with that. But yeah, really strong. Then she comes in with an AoE revive. 6 to 4 turn cooldown. Mother knows best. Revives all dead allies. Half HP in turn meter. Decent revive. I mean, its AoE is good. Nothing too special. However, it gets better if all other allies are dead. So if she's the last champion surviving, so kind of bringing back that Ugo vibe, she revives your whole team with 75% HP and turn meter instead, and decreases their cooldowns by 1 turn. And then also, I think this triggers no matter what, increase the cooldown of all enemy skills by 2 turns. This is really, really good. So you get a AoE revive. That's a mini lockout skill. So giving the champions that you revive a decent chance to survive and to actually, the enemy can only A1 them for a turn. They've got a decent chance to stay alive and actually get some moves off. So not bad. Very powerful revive if she's the last person standing. Now, as you can see, she will need accuracy. And accuracy, building accuracy is investing in a stat that is not helping you whatsoever with survivability. That is a concern. She needs accuracy for this as well, but pretty powerful for sure. Then Warped Benevolence, her passive, fills her turn meter by 20% whenever an ally dies with no cooldown. That is insane. That's so good. Heals this champion by 20% of their max HP whenever they are attacked by an enemy under Pain Link, once per turn only. But still, some self-survivability, because again, she does not have any healing in her kit other than this. Places Pain Link for 2 turns on enemies who deal damage equal to 25% or more of an ally's max HP with a single skill. Okay. And then she got accuracy in all battles aura. So putting it all together, I think this champion has got very good potential. I'm excited to try her out in practice. So for Arena, she seems very strong to me with like 4-piece stone skin, 4-piece pinpoint. The pinpoint to protect her from like Arman's trying to polymorph her at the start, protect her from polymorph because she is triggering polymorph. Certainly on her 2 skills here, she could trigger polymorph for sure. And the pinpoint will help protect her. But you could also do 4 stone skin, 4 feral. That's very viable as well. Would not protect her from Arman's, would protect her from other debuffs and bombs and stuff like that. Likely you're going to have to build her like high speed, high accuracy, high HP. It's going to be very tricky to build her high resistance as well. She does have potential, though, to be a champion who goes crazy with a high blessing and really good gear and a really good relic. She's going to be stat hungry, that's for sure. Going to be tricky. Like Galathier, he's got mythical ability to ignore some resistance. He turns his resistance into accuracy. It's much easier to maximize there. She'll be tricky to maximize. You might just not bother building resistance, for example. But yeah, in Arena, she seems strong potential. Anyone dies, she's going to get loads of turn meter. She'll be placing Pain Link pretty consistently in Arena, which will help her stay alive. Really powerful revive. Really good revive. And yeah, buff removal, block buffs, decreased defense. She's got some pretty good potential there. She's interesting. I mean, the only issue, again, is she will be reliant on accuracy. She'll struggle a bit against protection sets. And she doesn't have all that much self-survivability, but it's pretty cool. Pain Link may be semi-useful for Chimera. Slightly. There is one trial that needs Pain Link. This will help a little bit. It's not going to be great, but it's something, right? Which is cool. She does have an AoE revive, which is great, but you can't lock out Chimera. Hopefully your whole team wouldn't die, but if they did, really good. But she does come in against any boss, like single target boss especially, like Demon Lord, Chimera, whatever. She is a block buff, decreased defense, and weaken champion, and very consistent at them as well, who also brings a backup revive. And yeah, potential, like loads of turn meter, like really good reviver. So got great potential for any bosses as well. For faction wars, really, really good. Like crazy good for any wave content. Great debuffs. Again, great revive. Lockout even. Yep, seems like a really good champion. We'll see how she plays in practice, but she looks very good on paper. Like, I'm aware, she reminds me a lot of Ancora. They're in the same faction. Where is she? They're in the same faction. They're underneath each other. They actually look visually quite similar. Now she's dressed as a mummy and she's dressed as a dominatrix, but she is a mummy as well, but in a different, yeah. Pretty similar. It's definitely a faction with a lot of good revivers, like Ancora, now Venelicia, I'm guessing her name is. But you also have Rector Drath as your budget reviver. You have Sabbatha as well. I do think that Venelicia might do really well with Rector Drath. Double revivers. You get lots of healing from Rector Drath. Seems like a very strong legendary. So yeah, pretty high hopes for her. So all in all, what do I think of this patch? Not overly impressed with the epic, but he might have some potential. But it seems more early game focused. A good prize if you miss out on the fusion. I've got high hopes for the fusion. Very excited to test her out. She looks very promising. The Void Legendary, so weirdly zoomed in. Why is he so zoomed in, man? Like, you know, these other champions, they're looking kind of normal, you know, and then this guy, he's like, whoa, don't look at my legs. Whatever you do, do not look at my legs, is what he's saying. I don't want you to see my legs. I cannot deal with even the suggestion that I have knees. Forget about it. Do I have knees? Do I not? You'll never know. It's too zoomed in. Why is he so zoomed in? There we go. It's better. He's got good potential. If he hits hard, he could be really good. Could potentially be an arena menace and very good for Hydra. So looks pretty good. And yeah, this new reviver looks very, very strong as well. Another decreased defense block buff champion. But I do think she's probably the best of the lot. Let me just double check. Does Theodosia have it in her second form? I think she does. Block buffs, decreased defense, and steals all buffs. Yeah, Theodosia is better. She's like, this champion is like a mini Theodosia, basically. It seems to me. Mini budget Theodosia, Venelicia, and Theodosia is phenomenal. So that means this champion's pretty good. Even budget Theodosia, pretty darn good, I have to say. So yeah, budget Theodosia, not bad. Let me know, what do you think of these new champions? Who are you most excited for? And yeah, do you have knees, or is it a mystery? Much like that new Void Legendary. Who knows? Thanks for watching. Happy Halloween in advance, and stay tuned for Fusion showcases and all the rest coming today, probably as well. I'm recording this part on Friday as soon as I got access to the test server, basically, and I'll spend some of the weekend for sure, and Monday morning testing the Fusion and some of these new champs. So I will see you soon for that. It should be out very soon, if not already. Who knows? See you next time. Goodbye.